To Nerf News, your #1 source for Nerf news. I'm your host Drac, and I can't wait to share this information with you. So these are leaks of the new upcoming Nerf DoomLands Vagabond. Here's a quick photoshopped version of the DoomLands logo. This has all been leaked. It's very, very raw. We don't know a whole lot about these blasters, but this is the Vagabond. It's going to be the shotgun for Nerf's upcoming cyber western kind of line. Now I'm hoping that they take this in a direction more akin to Firefly and kind of that steampunk sort of deal, as opposed to the Mad Max feel that I think that it will more likely have. Nerf has a really strong history of taking whatever's popular in cinema and kind of working in that vein. Now obviously lead time on projects is such that this was developed a long time ago and isn't specifically a Mad Max kind of feel, but I'm talking that helter-skelter post-apocalyptic kind of wasteland thing. I would rather see a science fiction steampunk kind of feel to this line, but they're calling it a cyber western line and it should be really, really interesting. So this is the shotgun and there's a lot to talk about here. We have some clear plastic, which is interesting, our traditional Nerf logo. There's almost some rivets on this trigger here, which gives it that kind of funky cyber feel. So we have rivets here, and then a corrugated piping look to the handle. And I am so incredibly thankful that we are done with the Zombie Strike gross fake plastic wrap nonsense. That was driving me so crazy, and I really like the look of this kind of series more now. What a weird long barrel extension with darts in the chambers back here, but then further apertures for them to go through out here. So I don't actually think that this is a turret. I believe that this is probably going to be a smart AR system. Now, if it is a rotating turret, that would be absolutely incredible. Now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like there's a smart AR system behind this clear plastic. It looks far more likely that this will actually rotate, which is super duper awesome. So here's a good look at the other side as well as our shotgun priming here. This is definitely going to be a Springer style blaster, which is awesome. And then here we get a look at the front end. Now originally when this was leaked, a few people were saying that it was going to be a blaster that fired mega darts and elite darts. I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think that it's definitely firing elite darts here, and I'm not entirely sure what this larger hole in the front of the, not revolver, but barrel assembly mechanism here, where this is the shroud for it. I don't know what the larger hole is. It might be something mechanical for how the blaster is put together, or it might just be a It's interesting. I guess it could fire a Mega Dart. I just don't think that any plunger, because there's only one plunger in this blaster that's designed to fire elite darts, will have any sort of performance with Mega Darts. And so since Nerf won't want to blend those two performance thresholds, I just doubt that it will fire a Mega Dart. It might just be a larger opening for a screw port or something. This kind of shows you how these darts are going to chamber, and it's really interesting. It's almost a breach style, where this would be an open breach and you chamber in, but we're only effectively using the smaller nubs of plunger in the back, and then this is just serving as a guide for the dart to fly out. Is that going to cause drag and affect performance? I have no idea, but we will find out eventually. So that's kind of the first look that we've gotten at the Nerf DoomLands 2169 line. This is the spoiled logo for that, and big props to Rob from the Southern Brisbane Nerf Club, which is the biggest Nerf organization in Australia land, for photoshopping this out and making it a much cleaner logo for us to take a quick look at it. So this definitely isn't the final or official logo. It's just a really clean photoshopped version of that. All of these photographs came from Rob's blog, which is super duper sweet. So that covers, I think, the Vagabond. The only other thing that I wanted to mention in this episode of Nerf News is that Hasbro has invited me to a Google Hangout session where everybody who has been invited, and there are a few of us that have been invited to kind of talk with Nerf R&D, are allowed to ask 3 questions total. Now, I have one question in mind that I'm not going to share quite yet, but that means that I have 2 questions that I could ask anything on. So I'm going to open that up to you guys, my viewers, and whatever the 2 best comments are that I can pull out of the comment section on this video below, I will ask those 2 questions to Hasbro. Nothing obscene, and you've got to stay kind of within reason, but if you have a really good question for Hasbro that you would like to ask through me, I would be more than happy to use my opportunity as your opportunity. So let me know down below, and as always guys, thanks for watching. I think that this is a really exciting line. I'm looking forward to seeing some Firefly style blasters and getting my brown coat on.